Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to take a flat image in Photoshop and make it pop by adding gels to your image. Now, if you shoot off-camera flash, especially in low-key environments or like inside the house, this is an amazing idea. If for some reason you forgot to bring gels or gels on parts of the room to just add a mood or add a feeling to the image. Now, for this image, I'm going to show you guys everything from before. We're just going to run through the layers before we get into me showing you how to add gels or how to add a mood or how to add a feeling to your image. So let's just go from the start. The first thing that I did, as you guys can see, it's a pretty flat image. There is nothing to it. It looks really nice. This is an image that you put out and it looks great. The only problem that I had with the image when I was retouching it was it just looked flat. Like it's not like it didn't stand out, I loved the images when I shot them, but it just looked flat and I wanted to add a mood to it. I wish I would have done it while I was shooting, but sometimes like in the whole process of shooting, you probably cannot see some things and you have to wait till later when you look at the image. This image was shot over a month ago and I'm just sending it out to the client. So let's go from the beginning. The first thing I did was frequency separation, obviously just to like smoothen out the skin. Then I did my global dodge and burn to just bring out the highlights or the shine in the skin, because I shot this image like pretty low-key. I cannot remember the camera settings, but it was pretty low-key. The whole idea was to make sure that just bring my subject out of the background so the light wasn't like too harsh, so it couldn't really bring out the highlights on her skin as much as I wanted it to. So dodge and burn, and then eyes and teeth whitening action, just get her eyes popping, because they say the eyes are the gateway to the soul, so you always have to make the eyes look nice. Now you can get my eyes and teeth whitening actions with my frequency separation action for free. All you have to do is go to my digital store and download them, or you can get my retouching essentials pack, which consists of 14 amazing retouching actions that will help you retouch faster and also retouch better. I'll put a link up here and also put a link in the description below. You guys should definitely check it out. I also have some nice and amazing skin tone LUTs that I use all the time for my work. You guys should check those out too. So let's get into this. Like I said, this is the final image. This just adds a mood and adds a feeling to it. So how did I get here? I'm just going to delete this, and there are different ways you can go about it. It doesn't have to be one way. You can just create a new layer, pick a brush. We have our color set to pink here, so we're just trying to add like pink to the background. Make sure you add colors that kind of like complement each other, and I can just paint over with pink. You guys can see my flow is pretty low, and always keep your flow low. I can just paint over here with pink, and then change my blend mode to, let's use darken for this. So I'm just going to paint over some more. We're going to get some, just little on her body, because you guys know light spills. So if there is pink light at the back, it's definitely going to spill on her. Or when it spills on her, it just makes it look a lot more realistic. So this is one way to go about it. But the problem with this way is that to adjust it, now I would have to create another layer, which is going to be like a hue saturation layer, clip it to this, and then adjust the colors, which doesn't really look nice, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is just delete this. Also, make sure you pick colors that kind of blend with the colors in the image. Now, because this image is a warm image, you have to pick something that kind of like blends with warm images. So I think pink is kind of warm, it's not from like the cool spectrum like blue and all that. So just putting the blue overlay here might look off, but you never can tell, it might just work for you. So the easiest way to go about this is to create a solid color. So create a solid color layer, pick the colors you want. So if we are using pink, just click OK, then change your blend mode to darken. Now darken just works for the overall mood of the image. As you guys can see, this image just looks like you shot it with like a nice pink gel. Go to your layer mask and invert it, Command I or Control I on PC to invert it, and pick a brush, a white brush, soft white brush. Make sure the brush is soft and it's white. Take my flow up to about, let me say, 11, 12, 10 is fine. And now what I'm going to do is just paint this in. So I'm just going to paint this in. Don't worry if you get too much on her body, we're always going to remove that. So I'm just going to paint this in, like just. So the whole idea is that the light is like the whole back or the whole room is gelled to pink. So that's why I'm getting it all the way here too, and not too much, just a little bit, because we're going to add one more color just to spice up the image, right? So now that we've gotten the image to this point, you guys can see we have too much spill on her face. So I'm going to change our brush back to black, and we're going to hide this layer from touching her face too much, but we're going to leave some just to touch her hair. It just makes everything look a little more realistic, and her body too, just leave a little spill on her body. Okay, so now that we've done this, the reason why we're using the color fill layer is we can always go back here and change the colors and just add a different color. You guys can see blue doesn't really work with this look. The green works a little bit, but still too much. Something like yellow works because it's already like a really warm image. And for this image, I just went with pink, because pink just looks better. So we can always now reduce our opacity just to we just don't want it to be too much. We just want it to be to just look good. We just don't want too much. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is add a light to this lamp that is here. So the lamp was just there and we didn't turn it on, so we just want to add a nice little light to our lamp. I created a new layer. That's a mistake. So now I'm going to create the solid color fill layer again and pick a color that I want. So I went with something that was teal. Click OK. Change my blend mode this time to screen, and I'm going to invert this. So so I have inverted my layer mask, and what I'm going to do again, like I said, is pick a soft brush, make sure the brush is a little bit bigger than my source here, and just paint this in. Make sure that my foreground color is white, and just paint this in. Okay, so the reason why I am using the screen blend mode is, I don't know, screen just makes things shiny in Photoshop. So that's the major reason. So it acts almost like that is a light bulb, and that's all nice and good. We can look at our image and be like, oh, we've added some gels to this and the image looks nice, and we've stopped here. But no, we're just going to take it further a little bit, right? So what I'm going to do is pick the same color that I used here and just copy the color, right? Create a new solid color, paste it, click OK, and change my blend mode to multiply. So we're going to start again with multiply, then invert our layer mask. Now the reason why we're doing this is because, well, we just want to paint over, because when you have light like this, it's going to spill into the table that's right here, and it's also going to spill into our background, and just add a mood of feeling. So both lights are going to mix, and that just makes everything look a lot more realistic. So now I'm just going to reduce my flow a little bit more to probably 5%. And just painting. Let's try our darken. Okay, I think darken looks better in this case. And just painting. Okay, great. So we can always reduce the opacity of this and reduce the opacity of this, so it's not too much. Okay, so let's zoom in and see. Now I just want a little more shine on to this light at the back here. So what I'm going to do is just create a new layer right here above our light layer, our teal light, and I am going to change to my brush. Make sure it's a soft brush. Change my foreground color to white, and just paint white into this. And I can always change the blend mode to screen. Okay, great. Now I told you guys the amazing thing about using the color fill layer is you can always go inside and just change the colors. So let's say we want a warm yellow light, we can always change it to that. If we want red light, we can change it to that, and it's just going to seem like this is what is adding the gel to the room. If you guys want blue, we can always change it to blue. If you want purple, whatever it is that you want, but you know, for this image we're just going to stick with our tail, right? Let me see, let me change this from darken to screen to lighten. Okay, I think I'm going to go with either lighten or screen here. Let me see. Darken, multiply, burn. Sometimes just, you know, go with a few till you find something that works for you. Let me see, something that makes it a lot more realistic. Let's see what screen looks like. Reduce our opacity. Okay, I think I like screen. Let's see what lighting looks like. Screen or lighting works better in this situation. Just to add some light spill to that part. Okay, so that works for me. I still feel like there is a little bit too much of this gel on her hair, so I'm just going to increase the flow of my brush and just brush it out of her hair a little bit. Oh, sorry, change my brush color to black and just hide from her hair. Okay, so this looks good. Now that we've added the gels and, you know, we have like a nice mood to this image, the next thing I would like to do is create a vignette, because I want I want her to stand out from the background. So I'm just going to create a new layer, pick my gradient tool, make sure that I am on the radial gradient. And what I'm going to do is hold shift and just draw a straight line from her face, not too much, like this. Boom. You guys can see she's standing out a lot more now from the background. It's not like we can't see the elements at the back. We can, but we can see her more. So when we look at this image, we are drawn to our subject and not the elements at the back, right? So what I'm going to do right now is just create another layer mask, pick a brush, and make sure it's a black brush, and just hide from our subject so that our subject stands out a lot more. Okay, great. That looks good. Okay, this looks really great at this point. Maybe just add one of my lots, 3D lots. Ooh, that looks nice. Before and after, that looks nice. Reduce the opacity. Okay, great. And yeah, this image looks good. So I'm just thinking of adding a little bit more contrast behind for our lights. So what I'm going to do is just create a curves adjustment layer. Invert that, pick a brush or white brush and just add some contrast behind our subject. Looks good. One last thing I want to do is just brighten the image here up. This piece that is here, just brighten that up. So curves adjustment, increase my curves, Command I to invert that, then use a white brush to just paint over so we can see what's here. So yes, that looks amazing and that looks good. I'm just going to put everything in the group. Shift, hold shift down, select everything, Command or Control G, put in the group and name it mood. Looks great. So now let's zoom out and let's see our before and after. Before, after. That is how you add a mood to an image in Photoshop. So let's see our before and after again. Before and after. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you aren't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, and do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you love this video. Also, check out my digital store, purchase stuff for me, download stuff for free, go show me some love, go support the channel. And I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate all the love and all the support I've been getting from you guys. It's been overwhelming, and thank you so much. It is amazing seeing people support somebody that's doing this out of Lagos, Nigeria, and Africa. Thank you so much. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing week. Peace.